Chairman and Managing Director of Shipping Corporation of India Limited and Vice Chairman of NMDC Central Committee. Mr. Atul Ubale, Director Bulk Carrier and Tanker Division and Chairman NMDC Organizing Committee. Shrimati Kalpana Srivastava, wife of late Shri P.K. Srivastava, CMD SEI, and daughter of late Shri C.P. Srivastava, Secretary General IMO. It's a pleasure, ma'am, to be here. I request all the dignitaries to please come on the stage. Dr. Pandurang Rawat, IRS, Deputy Director General of Shipping, Training and Vigilance, Shipping. Rai sir and Mrs. Bharti Bhandarkar, Head of Women Wing of NMDC, kindly come on the stage for the lighting of the lamp. Ma'am, kindly be seated. Thank you so much, everyone. And I request you please kindly take your seat. And thank you, Swarali and Kalpana ma'am, for the beautiful Saraswati Vandana. With this, may I request Shri Shyam Jagannathan ji to please welcome our esteemed guest, Srimati Kalpana Srivastava, with a floral bouquet. To welcome Shri Shyam Jagannathan ji, DG Shipping. I request Kaleha Sheikh to please felicitate Captain P.K. Tyagi, Director, Shipping Corporation of India. Ms. Sindhura Polepalli to welcome Shri Atul Ubale Division and Chairman, Deputy Director General of Shipping, Training and Vigilance. tuning. With this,
to Captain B.K. Tyagiji, CMD SCI and Vice Chairman of National Maritime Day Celebrations and Committee. Last but not the least, welcome all our invited guests, officers of BB Shipping and SCI, various other organizations and institutions present with us today. Before we commence with the events to commemorate the great day that we have, although you all provisions for the advancement of women, socio-economic advancement and bridge gender disparity, maritime training and at all levels in the maritime industry. I may add that the Maritime Labour Convention encourages opportunities for women to promote equality of opportunity Act of 2013. It is a matter of great satisfaction and our hearts brim with pride when we remember that during the Diamond Jubilee year 2023, for the first time in the global maritime industry, the shipping team of women officers only. Professional acumen and courage displayed by women masters, chief engineers and other officers drew wide appreciation from the government and the shipping industry. In 2021, the International Maritime Organization adopted a resolution to celebrate 18th May as the International Day for Women in Maritime. This year, the theme Horizons, Women Shaping the Future for Maritime Safety. We will celebrate the day, highlighting the topic and have a panel discussion which will shed light on the journeys of some brilliant women in the maritime sector and the opportunities that lie ahead. The observance of International Day for Women in Maritime by IMO promotes celebration of women in the industry for their continued promotion in recruitment, retention and sustained employment in this sector, and also to raise their profile in the maritime sector. It strengthens IMO's commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Goal 5 on gender equality and supports ongoing work to address the current gender imbalance in the maritime sector. It is disappointing that according to the current statistics, women make up only 1.2% of the worldwide seafarer workforce, with only 1% of them being women and sailors, out of which the cruise industry employs 94% of all female maritime employees. Although India is among the world's largest seafarer supplying countries, only of with around 4 lakh seafarers, women make up less than 4,000 of them. We all need to encourage women to consider joining the maritime profession on board or ashore and to help our country at large further improve her economic and social standing in the world. With these few words, I welcome you all once again and thank you so much for encouraging us. Jai Hind.
thank you so much, Sindhura, for setting the tone of the day. We have a special video address from Mr. Arsenio Dominguez, Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization. May I request all the dignitaries to please take a seat on the stage.
Today, I'm asking you to embrace the international...
So that we can have a look at the message from there. Can we please play the special video address from Mr. Arsenio?
Today, I'm asking you to embrace the International Day of Women in Maritime as a significant step towards promoting diversity and inclusion, not only in the maritime domain, but across all spheres of society. The goal is not just one of women's successes, but also to advocate for equal opportunities and to unlock the full potential that a diverse workplace offers, to shine a spotlight and raise awareness on the challenges they face, discrimination, disparities, and limitations with regard to career opportunities. Indeed, the maritime sector offers multitude of prospects for women, spanning from seafaring to engineering, from law to logistics and beyond. Let us not be complacent. There remains much work to be done. We must lead by example, serving as role models, striving to create inclusive, empowering and safe working environments for women. This year, our theme is Safe Horizons, Women Shaping the Future of Maritime Safety, underscoring the pivotal role women play in enhancing safety measures within our industry. Join me in championing diversity and fostering a workplace culture that breaks down all barriers to achieving gender equality. Let us make this commitment not just for today, but every day of the year. I invite you to engage on social media using the hashtag Women in Maritime Day. Share with us your insights. What does the future of maritime safety look like to you? What opportunities lie ahead as we navigate towards a greener and more digital maritime sector? And to all of you, I leave you with a challenge. Move beyond the statements and ask yourself, what steps am I taking to amplify the meaningful participation of women in the maritime industry? I look forward to your positive actions towards building a more inclusive and diverse maritime community.
That was a strong message from Mr. Arsino Dominguez, Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization. Taking this message forward, we move to our panel discussion on the theme Journey So Far, Challenges and Opportunities in Maritime. I invite Ms. Saleha Sheikh as the moderator of this session. Ms. Saleha Sheikh is the head of Women's Wing of the Maritime Union of India and NMDC committee member, a life coach and an entrepreneur. She is a co-founder of Dynamic Marine Solutions and strongly believes that women are powerhouse of strength. Over to you, Saleha, and would request to introduce all our esteemed panel members.
Good afternoon. I would now request the panel members to come on stage. Our first panelist is Ms. Nyari Nain. She is a fleet superintendent with Maersk, an author and a TEDx speaker. A national level volleyball player and debater, she has written her first book, Anchor My Heart, which was published by HarperCollins in India. And the second book is on the way. Nyari has also been featured at the Sharjah International Book Fair and Dubai magazines. May I have Nyari on stage, please? Our second panelist today is Mrs. Kalpana Desai, Board Member, Mumbai Port Authority, Secretary, All India Port and Dock Workers Federation, Treasurer, ITF POC Coordinator for India, for Transport and Dock Workers Union, Mumbai. Madam Kalpana, can we have your stage, please? Ms. Sundara Polepalli. Advocate Sundara Polepalli serves as a maritime legal consultant at the Directorate General of Shipping. She earned a Master of Laws with distinction in International Maritime Law from IMO International Maritime Law Institute, India, from Malta, where she was awarded the Nippon Foundation Fellowship and the Maltese Government Prize for Best Performance in the Law of the Seas. May we have Ms. Sundara on stage, please? Ms. Archana Sangal, Marine Engineer. She is the founder and director of Marine Art Coaching Academy Private Limited. She is one of India's first female marine engineers who sailed with Kalpana Shipping as chief engineer. Later she came ashore and worked as technical superintendent with Crowley Ford Marine Management Private Limited and Kalpana Shipping. She is an active EC member with the IWSF. Ms. Lakshmi Neki, surveyor in the Plan Approval Department of the aegis. Ms. Lakshmi is a naval architect with a foundation from IIT Madras and currently employed in the Indian Directorate of Shipping with the Plan Approval Department since 2015. She deals primarily with vessel stability and statutory subjects. So that's our panel for the day. I'm looking out for Sindhura. Hello, Ms. Narayanan. You have been known for your effervescent persona. You're a people's person. What brought you to the maritime industry?
Thanks, Aleha, for that compliment. I think, just like everybody else, my entry into the maritime industry was also very, very accidental. And I was preparing for the IITs, and in those days we used to have two lists. The merit list would go into the main IITs, and the extended merit list students had 4 options, and one of them was Merchant Navy. In fact, you also had to fill up a form which was dedicated for IIMS. And one of my friends, he said, "Oh, look, I bought this form, but it's like $500 wasted because my family won't allow me to go on board." So then I said, "Okay, fine." I paid him the 500 rupees and I took his form and filled it up. And that's how I ended up here. Maybe the destiny was meant to be aligned in this way, and that's how I chose this. Yeah, so then I started sailing in 2013 with the Anglo-Eastern Group. I completed my junior engineer's training in the 7th semester itself. I was the first girl from my entire college to go on board. And it was an amazing feeling, your bachelor's is still waiting. The 3 of us went on board in the 7th semester. And when we came back, we were like seniors in the same batch. And then the journey went on to until 2021 when I last sailed as the first engineer or the second engineer. It was the peak of COVID era. For 6 months, the engine room staff was in many of the hotspots told that you're not even needed on the deck. So, me and my team, we were literally under the water for 6 months. We had not even seen the land, forget about going to the land. And we joined in Brazil, just like prisoners, we were put on board. Luckily, none of us tested positive. Brazil was a hotspot. Then we sailed all the way to Australia, which was again a hotspot. The authorities would land on the deck through choppers, and they would test us outside the port limits. And if at all anybody tested positive, the ship was not allowed to berth. And what about us? You don't allow us to berth because there's a risk for that country, but what about these bunch of 20 people? And I was the only one, the only female on board on that ship. Like, what are you saying back there? Interestingly, the world really hasn't yet devised something called as the human rights at sea. There's a long, long way to go. And then from there we sailed off to China, which was, of course, the hotspot. Then the journey ended back to Brazil. I circumnavigated the globe. I had 32 days of December during the COVID era. Because when you cross from east to west, you keep retarding and one day increases. And then I signed off. Then I got an offer from Maersk to join as a fleet superintendent, which was traditionally known as the technical superintendent. And it's been 3 years now in this role.
Kalpana ji, you have been working in the port sector since the last 22 years. How did you enter the sector and what has the journey been?
you, Saleha. At the outset, I would like to thanks to the NMDC organizers because I think everybody knows that for the coins, there are the two sides. One is the seafarers and one is the dockers. But since last year we have been incorporated in this event, I especially thanks to Rai sir and Bhakti madam. And last time we were 12 women, and this time it is more than 25 women from the Mumbai Port Authority. So this is a wonderful platform we are providing for the port sector also and involving us. We are very thankful to the DG Shipping also for supporting us. And as what Saleha said, I think the struggles for the seafarer woman or the woman working in the port industry is almost similar. Maybe the percentage of the harassment and the domestic violence may be the higher on the seafarers. And I think this is when we believe in ourselves. There is always you can go very, very high. I would like to say that कि सपनों की कोई मंजिल नहीं होती, सपनों की कोई मंजिल नहीं होती, पर हौसलों में उड़ान होती है. So if you will believe in yourself, you can reach to any stage. And I am very thankful to my union also and my all the colleagues that in 150 years of the port industry, the first labor representative I got as a board member in the Indian port industry. That is amazing. And as what I said, I should not be the first and I should not be the last. So I want to see this is a wonderful platform we are getting. And I am very well connected with the maritime industry because last 3 decades I am closely working with the Maritime Union of India. Captain Pradhan is there, and National Union of Seafarers of India. We are doing many programs together, the gender sensitization, HIV/AIDS campaign, and many more. So I think I know the problem of both the industry much more than all of you are here. And we are always there. And COVID pandemic has proved that how dockers are useful for the seafarers, because when seafarers were not getting vaccination, the hospital entire 25 sisters are here, doctors are there. They have looked after them to all the seafarers and their families. And this is I think this is the solidarity we are having among all, and we should be. Thank you, Saleh.
Thank you, Kalpana, for sharing your experience. And now go to Sindhura. Sindhura, you have an amazing trajectory. It's very interesting. How you started as a law graduate and are now holding a position with the Directorate General of Shipping. Tell us about it.
Very kind of you. Actually, like Mrs. Nana said, maybe like Ms. Nana said that it may be a matter of accident, but I wouldn't say that I chose the maritime sector. It is the maritime sector that chose me, because in the law, in the subjects of law, maritime law was not used within the colleges or used within the colleges when I was studying. It's only recently that India is looking at that in maritime. So I was working with a law firm that specialized in intellectual property rights, and the partner said there is a judge at the High Court of Bombay, and he is looking at IPR. He didn't would like to clerk with him, and I went to apply to clerk with him, and he said, I've been assigned Admiralty cases. Would you want to look at this subject? I didn't know what Admiralty was. We were not taught about this subject. I said, okay, that would be very interesting. And it was a matter of chance that I looked at Admiralty, and that chance has today become my reason to wake up every day. And in India, back then we didn't have courses, and most of the courses were abroad. And how I was inducted into it was because of the support not only within India, but from governments
Japan, Malta, Greece, USA, and all of them have supported my participation because studying maritime required a lot of funding to go to these countries, educate yourself, and they gave me that financial ability to participate, to educate myself, and today, and in all my applications I said I wanted to serve India. And today I'm doing that, and I'm very grateful for the Directorate General of Shipping to give me this opportunity at the policy level, at the legal level, to contribute to the national interest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sindhara. I would now ask Archana. Archana, it's interesting to see that you sailed as a chief engineer and worked as a technical superintendent. And then you turned into an entrepreneur. When you established a maritime coaching setup, we are curious to know what started you on the maritime journey.
Thank you, Surya. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Okay, I like to, since you've asked the question, so I like to tell about my journey. So it started with an ad in a paper, in a newspaper from Tulani Shipping, Tulani Maritime Institute, and it stated that openings for marine engineering and starting wages is rupees 40,000. And actually I was doing, after 12, I was in BSc, I enrolled in BSc, and I was good in science, BC, and these were my subjects. And I hailed from Dehradun. I wanted to go out and I wanted to do something very professional. I wanted to earn money actually. And that ad actually, rupees 40,000 is the starting pay. With that, I enrolled, I applied for it, and we had to write an essay and we had to just send it to the institute. I didn't tell, my parents were not at home, they were transferred, my father was at some other place, so I have not said anything to anyone, I just said that thing. But when there was a call from there, then I had to tell them, okay, this is what. So actually nobody knew about shipping line, because nobody was aware. Even I was not aware. I was just seeing that engineering and 40,000 skill, but I was not aware. So when I told, and they were like, where are you heading for? So they called me for interview. They called us. So I just requested. There was some story behind and all. So somehow I managed to reach for interview with my mother, and then still when we went there were all meals and all. So she said, Kerry, let's go back. So I said, no, I want to at least go for it and we'll decide. And then I went for it, and then medicals, everything happened, and then we came back. But still, I got selected because there was few ladies who have applied, and they have. But it took time. My father was and the fees was also high. So in the institute, there was one more girl, and there was 120 batch. She has enrolled. They wanted somebody else also to come. So my name was also selected. So they called up, and they have given some scholarship to the girls. And but still the fees was also very high. So finally, my father, he said, okay, I have whatever money he has had for fees for me and all. He said, okay, I'm giving it for the fees. And then I came with my father, and I joined late, actually 1 month late. All these things happened and all. And when I joined there, and there was a lot of boys and everything so he was very much scared, like, where is she going? So then what he said, he has given me one railway ticket, one ticket, which was one week after that date. So he said, if you don't find anything right here, you just run away from here. And I was, don't worry about any fees and all. So that much, support and backing he had for me. And then I came there to go, and then I started. From there it started, and slowly, since the subjects were interesting, and initially I faced some problems some means, of course, I and my Shavani, we were there, and so many guys, so they thought, we have wasted the seat, and there were a lot of pullings, and so many things used to happen. But it's okay, we used to try it in the room and all, but then again, in the next semester, and I came back, so everybody, Are tum pe to aa gaye? So that was the reaction. But then after 1 year, the things became normal, and we have completed the course and everything in a good way. And that is how I entered into college, and then I went on shipping. Then mentioned.
Thank you, Archana, for that very honest thing about the 40,000 rupees. I think 50% of the seafarers in the industry probably came to this sector seeing the high salaries that seafarers get, And we almost lost you to that return ticket that your father gave you. But of course, your resilience showed, so that means that you were determined, and that is why you have reached this position. Thank you.
This is just, it's not only that this merchant navy has given me a lot of things. Just not money.
We now go to Lakshmi Navy. Lakshmi, we are very happy to have you here as a student of naval architecture. We are mostly dealing with women seafarers and women technical superintendents, and now it's really interesting to know someone who has studied shipbuilding and design. So what was the inspiration behind a career in naval architecture?
I think, most people here, my story also starts with what Ms. Nihari said. When I was a student, there were only two possibilities: either you become an engineer or a doctor. And if you're trying to become an engineer, aim for IITs. You might get in, you might not get in, but at least try. And if, like Ms. Nihari said, if you get in the extended list, you did what she did. If you did make it in, but you were in the second half of the list and you couldn't get computer science and all the high-flying departments, you chose what was available to you. And from that, I thought, okay, of the departments, I saw naval architecture, no one knew what it was. No one could tell me what it was back then. And I thought, okay, fine, at the end, I will see a ship in the sea, I'll put it in there, I'll design it, and I'll shout Eureka. So as a naive student, I decided, okay, fine, I'll take naval architecture. And that's how it started.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for your plan. Nyari, you joined your first ship in 2013, sailed for around 8 years, and then you stepped ashore. What changes did you see in these 8 years of sailing in terms of the mindsets of people? And how did you deal with those?
I think, Sylvia, one of the biggest changes that I've seen is, somehow I feel, the entire bunch of women who are sitting here and also in the crowd, we have a thing of, being the problem maker. At least I was, I created a lot of problems for my parents. You want to go to the ship? I said, yeah. And then you land up on the ships where every time the people were just so unhappy. Oh my God, there's an engineer coming. And an engine room. So they were all equally unhappy. But then I think because we've been that, the pivot around this, being the problem being perceived as the problem maker, and then having to resolve that, having that being resolved, there is a stark change in how people are perceiving us. If we had not been that out of the crowd or that the eccentric seafarer, this sort of resilience, we would have not helped men develop. So I think that has really changed. There is when we started, I guess, and in fact, we have Sonali Banerjee here, it would have been unimaginable for her and her parents that, how can you even think about it? But now there's just so much of a normal talk that, we have a women cadet program, we have so many seafarers on board. So this is one of the biggest changes that I can see as a superintendent who approves orders for the vessels. I have approved orders for sanitary napkins and tampons, and it's unbelievable. It's just so overwhelming, and I'm really thankful to the industry who's come together, and we've come to a consensus that this needs to change. World has indeed not been kind to 50% of the population. There's no doubt about it. Until 1920, women were not allowed to vote in the United States. Until 1945, women were not allowed to vote in France. We are enamored by these first world countries, but the stark reality is that women have been left out. Ours is a very, very nascent history. But the truth is that if you see the first inventions, the dishwasher was invented by a woman, the underarm bowling was first done by a woman because women had to wear skirts, the windshield wiper, you name it, there are so many things that have been invented by women. But where is this history? I have not read it. Like, who has wiped it out? Why has it that there has been a very, conceded amount of manipulation to suit one particular set of gender? Why is it that this one gender feels so challenged to take up the challenge here? Why can't we just have the open, level playing field? And I think it's so important to understand that the concept of feminism does not say that the resolution for patriarchy is matriarchy. No, we say that the solution to the subtle harm that patriarchy has done is equality. We don't talk about, oh, forget about, you've ruled for 5,000 years, now it's our turn. No, we don't. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's the right time to be in this world when we've realized what all wrongs have been done in the past and how we can make good, so that's a bit.
That's a very interesting point you have brought out here, that the alternative to patriarchy is not patriarchy. We are not talking about taking over or completely dominating the scenario, but rather we want to be equal. We want to be given our respect and recognized for the efforts that we do. Coming to Mrs. Kalpana ji, I understand that in the 150 years of history of the Mumbai Port Trust, this is the first time a lady has been elected as a board member. And thus, you have broken a very thick glass ceiling. This position must have not been easy. What are the challenges that you faced in your entire journey?
I love this question. Because we are gathered here. I love the title, the challenges, opportunity, your achievement and your success. So this is the wonderful platform as what I said. So in 150 years, being elected in my union, Transport and Dock Workers Union, there are hardly 4% women voters are there. The remaining 96% are the men. And when we are talking, it's a man-dominated world. So you have to accept all the challenge. You have to win the confidence among all the sides. And your work should speak on behalf of you. And believe me, in 150 years, I am the only woman who got elected with the 96% votes. So, I like the Nyari said, so that there are a lot of challenges. We all are talking about the gender equality. I heard DG in the last few days back, he was saying that we are having only 3% women seafarers. And it's very true, so we have to reach up to 97, not the 97, but at least to 50%. When we want a gender equality, we have to work hard. We have to accept all kind of the challenges. As what Mary said, I still remember for the HIV/AIDS campaign with the NUC and MU, we've been to the board. And there was the only one lady. She was on the board. And just for the curiosity, I asked her, how do you manage? because here all the captains are sitting, so I just would like to share this. So, do you feel here comfortable? All crews are the men. He said, yes, very much comfortable because our law. She was from the Netherlands. He said, our law is so powerful, so nobody dared to do any injustice to me. I felt so good. And after a few days, I've been to meet some MUI and New Sea leader. The 2 crew members have come. Not crew member, they were the second, third engineer. So they said, please change our duty. Here all the Filipino and Chinese crews are there. See the difference I am talking about. When women are not feeling comfortable at her workplace, it's very difficult to bring the gender parity. And we have to focus on to provide the safe environment for all the women, whether she is a single or she is with the 2 or with the 3. And if you make them comfortable at the workplace, I think all the women may ready to come. Today I am happy to see there are some captains, there are some first engineer, chief officers, they are women, but percentage is 0.001. The same thing in the port industry also. For the Women's Day, if we have to search, we have to think a lot to whom we have to invite. I am very happy. Here another Kalpana is also there. I think Kalpana is always powerful. So it is very difficult to find out the woman for the Women's Day program also. So this is the reality. And we have a very long way to go. And whatever the platform you are giving, I am happy that today many of the Maritime Institute are giving some scholarship. I heard the Archana for the 40,000 she has accepted with all the condition. And she got it. But nowadays it's very difficult to get the opportunity also. So when I said you have to accept all the kind of challenges, and when you have to work with the men, whatever physically I am not talking. I said whatever the work, the dedication, the commitment, I think, and for the male colleague also, I am happy to see here. Because of NMDC, I came to know Captain Bashin always supporting. You don't worry, I will provide. I heard that. Ubaya sir, despite of his ill health, then also he attended the meeting of the women's NMDC. I appreciate from bottom of my heart. Rai sir is always there. And DG sir is always supporting. Once we been to his office, and there are the men colleagues who always respect, who give their fully support. And I think the days are coming. And if we want to reduce the gap of the gender parity, we have to provide the safe environment, safe working place to all our the women, wherever they work. Not only on board, in port or any industry. And unfortunately, none of the shipping companies are having that sexual health, harassment, workplace policy in their agreement. I have not seen so far. We have, many are saying we are having, but it is not functioning very well. Because I have dealt many cases of the harassment of the seafarer women. And that is my humble request that we have to provide the safe working environment to all the women at all the level. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Kalpana ji. And I concur with Kalpana ji with respect to safe working spaces for women, especially seafarers. And she's right about the minuscule numbers that we have, but the most amazing and positive aspect today, when we compare it to 5 years back, we have many more seafarers, women seafarers coming on board now. Like, I remember 5 years back, I used to speak with company heads and ask them, why are you not employing women seafarers? And they had every possible reason for not employing them. They used to tell me that, we don't have a company policy to hire women. And the worst thing they said is that Madam, women seafarer ko hire karna is a big headache. There are lots of problems we face. They get involved with the officers. There are harassment issues. We can't handle all these things. So that was a scenario 5 years back. And today, thanks to the effort of Directorate General of Shipping, the Ministry of Ports and Shipping, the efforts that they have taken in encouraging and empowering women in maritime, companies now come to us and ask us, please, are there any women seafarers that we can employ? Because we really want to do that. We really want to increase the number of women that we have in our company, but we can't find any. So that is a very positive, difference that has been made. Thank you, Kalpana ji. And I will come to Sindhura. Sindhura, you started your maritime career at a time when there were only a handful of women seafarers from India. We could literally count the numbers on our fingertips. What kind of obstacles did you face? I'm so sorry, this is the wrong question for you. Sindhura, you started working with the DG Shipping at a fairly young age. Did you ever face any bias with respect to your age, gender, and experience?
Thank you for that question. Actually, DG sir is sitting here. Actually, when I graduated in 2017, and like 5-6 years ago, since that time, gender equality has become a norm, and it is looked down upon to actually say that I look at women differently. So even if there is any discrimination, nobody will say it explicitly. It's in the undertones, it's in comments, and discrimination is not just taking away an opportunity, but making you question your competency. And it's only the person who's discriminated can understand, okay, what is this because of? And I would just say that in one of the places I had worked, one of the person who had no contribution to my selection came to me and said, you're just selected because you're a woman. And I said, was that a criteria for that, or is it very explicitly stated? He said, no, it's just easy to tell a woman what to do. And there was another man with you, and we selected you because it's easy to tell you what to do. And I said, you don't know how to react to that, and you don't want to create an abnormal situation in the future correspondences. So you have to take it, and it's not something that you can expressly complain about, talk about. It just makes you question whether you are capable, or is that how people see you as. And however, I would also say that I have been very privileged to enter the sector where they are actively promoting women. I was admitted to IMLI, which had 50% reservation for women, and IMLI only provided scholarships to government servants, people who were employed in Navy and diplomats, and I was a student, and I had just graduated in law, and the Nippon Foundation in Japan, they gave me a full scholarship, and they called me and they said, we are making an exception by giving a scholarship to a student, and we just hope you don't leave the maritime sector. And back then I was not working with DG Shipping, but I said I want to work with DG Shipping, and they said we'll see, and it did turn out that way. And I'm so glad that the industry has only given me more support and love to do so. Thank you so much.
That was wonderful, Sindhura. It's really nice to know that at your young age, and you have been lucky in the sense that there is much more awareness and much more, companies are coming forward, organizations are coming forward to sponsor women. So you have been lucky there. But of course, I'm sure you have faced your biases and you know how to go about it. Archana, you started your maritime career when there were only a handful of women seafarers. I mean, I know the first lot of women seafarers used Sonali, Captain Radhika Menon. So, what kind of obstacles did you face at work on board? Things were very different. There weren't many women. So how did you, kind of handle it with junior ranks, especially when you reached the position of the chief engineer, which is the top management position of the ship on the engine side. So how did you handle that?
Thank you, and it's a very nice question, and I want to tell all my young seafarers who are sitting here. Okay. So when I joined that time on ship, first ship was in 2002, so it was long back. So when, as expected, when I joined there, I was a new gender there, coming all men. They were not expecting something like that. And there were so many people on the ship. Like I joined as an engine cadet. There was a junior engineer already, engine cadet on also there. Actually, I was not required on that ship, and people just thought like she will come here and pass the time and go and all that thing. So that was very, like it was very difficult. Initial phase, it is difficult to adjust, and not for me also, for them also to adjust with me. See, it's a normal thing to happen. And nobody was giving me any job. Like I used to, and I came just to work. I have no other things to do. I have only thing to learn how to do things and all. So I used to be after my seniors, especially second engineer, please give me something. So the things which I have actually they were giving me is like initially I'm talking about the cleaning job. Like everybody does cleaning and arranging and when everybody in the night time I used to have the night watches. So that time it was a man ship. So like everybody has gone and you have to square up everything and all. So these kind of works initially, and I did it very with all my whatever I could do. This I did it very religiously and all. And again I was going to them, okay, please give me something. I was just after everyone, whatever the work was open, I used to go over there and see what is going on. If I am not doing anything else, then I will go. So that way I have learned so many things. It's not, it's a training, actually they have given, I feel so, it's kind of a training because by the end of the contract also, I was fully aware what is kept, which store, which spare, where to go, where to find, how to how to work, how to take out the chemicals, how to clean it, and I was with the crew. I was observing other people also working, so how they are doing the things. So I have learned through that. And once I have started, and they also I think felt that she's doing whatever being told. So they also started giving me more of things. But initially this was the phase. But the problem is how to adjust in that environment, because I was the only lady, so everybody had the eyes on me, and it's not like that. It's like whatever I will do, it will be whatever I say, everybody will talk and all those things. So I have, as a female that time, I have adopted 2-3 rules for myself. That one is, which I always followed, not to go to anybody's room and not to allow to enter my room. Second is the conduct and the dressings. Third is I was always if there is something I will not talk. I used to be in the work front. I used to talk everyone. But beside that, I never used to discuss anything with anyone. If anybody has to talk, they have to come to me. If anybody wants to talk to me, they will come. I never approached anyone because I didn't want any kind of stories or loose talk and anything about me. Because I just wanted to be there and to learn the things and to gain that much experience, the work. The next level, you have to become the 5th engineer, the what jobs, and then 4th. So I just wanted to learn so much, and I never complained. Whatever the work, whatever anything, I have not complained. I wanted to be everywhere. I used to go everywhere because if I am not doing the ego, I never thought of what time is this and that. So it is only my focus was only on the job part. And that is how I picked up. And there was an incident when everybody was supposed to sign off. There was something, and they have holded me only because this Ashna, she knows everything here in the engine room, everything, where everything. If you tell her anything, she will bring. So all the new crew, especially the chief engineer, he only told me that
why you are holding her, because and she's a female and all that. So she's the one who will tell you all everything and all the that the daily routines and everything she will tell. So that is how I have picked up. So my message is for everyone, please, whenever you go, please just focus on the work. We are not there to make friends or any kind of thing. I don't know any other thing. I had a beautiful family at home and all. So only thing, just focus on your work. Just be after it. Take every opportunity, whichever you get, whatever is happening. You just see, we observe everything, and finally people will start believing in you and they will start giving you the things. So this was as a junior level. And the senior level as a chief engineer, when I was there, so I was younger than all other crew, and only fifth engineer was younger than me, and otherwise all were senior to me. So they thought, how she will. They had so it's okay. I thought. The only thing, when I was very well prepared, I know that, and I was very seasoned in that, the machinery part because I have worked a lot. After this thing, my seniors and all, they have actually taught me, and I have really worked very hard, and I knew each and everything, detailings, and where anything can go wrong, everything. So when I joined as chief, so I never went to anyone after anyone and ask anything. If any problem is there, please, they used to come to me, and if my thing was I should be able to solve that problem. If I solve, then everybody was okay, this is a bada sa. They used to, okay.
So Lina has been instructed to convey about the time constraint, but I couldn't do that because today is the day of women in maritime, so I can't let them stop. Today they have to speak.
Yeah, you're right, Sabita. You must give them that much time. Anyways, thank you, Archana, for your response there. Lakshmi, you joined the shipbuilding industry at a time when there wasn't much awareness about it. And I'm curious to know, how many lady naval architects do we have in India? Also, that means there aren't enough mentors to look up either. How did you work your way up without enough mentors around, and what kind of challenges did you face in your journey?
Sure. So the choice of naval architecture itself was a big question mark for my family, and in a batch of 60-70 odd students, I think there were only 3-4 girls, and to my knowledge, in all my years in college, my juniors, my seniors, I think only 4 or 5 are still in the industry. Everybody joins with the intention of moving to greener pastures, like degree le lagta hai, kuch aur karenge saamne, that intention. So to stick to naval architecture, to form a career in it was a question mark, because location was an issue back then, and career opportunity post-graduation was an issue back then. And I was fortunate that when I joined Indian Register of Shipping, I was mentored by Ms. Parvati Rajalakshmi, who is the first woman naval architect in India, and she set up an environment where I could basically develop and build a foundation for my future career. But what I could also see was the amount of effort she had to put in to prove herself as a technical expert compared to her contemporaries, because they were all in a much higher position compared to her when I joined. And her career growth from start to the end as a naval architect was not easy at all, and I could see the measures that she had taken herself to promote my career here. And if you ask me the numbers, I think even now hardly 4 or 5 women graduate in naval architect in an institute, and there are only 6 or 7. So on the whole, maybe 28-30 graduates a year, of which not even half stick to the career. And given that there is this drive for gender equality now, we can definitely feel a dearth of to fill the technical roles as a researcher or a designer or a builder or a field surveyor, any of the roles that you have for the onshore maritime sector.
Thank you, Lakshmi. the rate at which we are going, I think there will be more ladies joining in various industries, because I can see a lot of effort being made on the part of the government to have more women inducted in various allied fields of maritime shipping and otherwise. Yeah, Ambika, I think we will conclude because we are running short of time. And thank you everyone, all our panelists here today. All I want to say is that we are very grateful to the NMDC for giving us this platform. And this would not have been possible had it not been the International Day for Women in Maritime, where we have 6 women sitting on the dais and talking about their journeys. So thank you once again to the entire committee for this, and I wish all the best to all our panelists and speakers for the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. It was so heartening to listen to the journey of all these amazing women. May I invite Shri Kalpana Srivastava, please come on the stage and facilitate this esteemed panelist. First to the Saleha Sheikh, the moderator of today's panel, who did an amazing work. Thank you, Saleha.
And look here, ma'am.
Ms. Kalpana Desai, board member of Mumbai Port Authority. Nari Nain, Superintendent Maersk India.
Ma'am, look here. Thank you.
Nari Nain, Superintendent Maersk India. Archana Saxena, IWSF. Lakshmi Neti, Surveyor, Naval Outpost from IRS. And Sindhura Polipalli from DG Shipping. With this, may I request Shyam Jagannathan ji and the Wale sir to please come on the stage. And Shri Tyagi to please join for the group picture. Can you please come forward for a group picture?
Very powerful.
Yes, sir, look here. She's very strong. She's very Kalpana. Powerful. Huh? Thank you.
Thank you all the dignitaries and the panelists. It was a beautiful session. So as we just heard from this panel discussion, within this historically male-dominated industry, there are certain pioneer ladies who have been inspiring the women in the maritime sector in their personal capacity or as representatives of their respective institutions. And the journey is empowering the women to move forward in this maritime sector. We are privileged to have few such pioneer maritime women in maritime here who have paved the way for many. With this, may I invite Ms. Charushila Golapalli, General Manager Finance, SCI. Please share a journey with us. Ms. Shri serves as the General Manager of Finance at the Shipping Corporation of India. In her pivotal role, she has made significant contributions to the team. Ms. Golapalli's leadership and financial acumen have been instrumental in navigating the complex financial nitty-gritty of the maritime industry. Her achievements highlight the vital role of women in maritime and women in finance, demonstrating their ability to lead and innovate in this crucial sector. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is really privileged and honored to be here today. And I thank you everyone, NMDC committee as well as SCI management for giving me this opportunity. I'm a chartered accountant, and 35 years back when I went out searching for CA firms to be admitted as a trainee, many firms rejected me because I was a female. They thought I won't be able to do justice, they won't be able to send me out for audit, and I will be a liability for them rather than a person who will help them out. So that time I realized that my journey is not going to be easy as a female because I have to walk that extra mile. And that thing remained always in my mind. I completed my CA, I joined SCI in 1995. So because I had that thing in my mind that journey is not going to be easy, but if I have to continue, my parents have taken such efforts to give me this education. Now, even now today we hear Beti Badhao, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So 50 years back my parents put me to school. So I was lucky. I consider myself lucky always. So when I joined SCI, another challenge came to me because it's a different sector altogether. I was having an experience of working with plants which are always there on the land, but here my 100-odd plants are always in the sea and having different requirements at a different time. There are time zone differences and we have to cater to their need every time. So yes, that journey was difficult. There were challenges at every stage, at every stage. Whenever we got promoted, we got transferred to various divisions. Basically, male-dominated industry and challenges every time. Yesterday only we closed our accounts and even the closing of accounts becomes a challenge because of the challenging type of work and challenging nature of the industry this is. And but I felt it's a good journey because the SCI has never treated us that there is some gender inequality, or they gave us a very good environment. There was never a gender bias. It is a gender neutral industry, company I can say. And they accommodated us. We all coexisted and they helped us in fact every time. Whenever going to any superintendent asking him stupid questions, but he patiently heard me. And he gave me all the inputs, whatever I wanted as a finance officer to clear the files. So maybe because of this, my journey was easy. And one thing I will tell everyone, all the women, whatever sector they are in, that you have to go ahead. The journey may not be easy, but whatever support you get at any level, be it a family, be it at work, be it at anywhere, you hold on to that support, but go ahead. Never to look behind. We are here to go ahead and the success will automatically follow. And we have to exist. We don't want to quit. At any point, at any level, at any circumstances, always wear your smile and be ready to face any challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring journey sharing with us. We move forward to another such lady in Maritime, Ms. Ishita Chattopadhyay. Ms. Ishita Chattopadhyay is the Managing Director and CEO of Confidence Shipping, one of India's premier and leading companies instrumental in putting Indian nationality crew on the global map. Succeeding from her father, founder and chairman, Mr. Ashok Chattopadhyay, who was also one of the founding members and founding director of Cosmo. She now also is the first female director of Cosmo. Ms. Ishita is a dynamic leader, businesswoman and visionary who believes in making a true impact in the Indian shipping industry through latest technologies and innovative solutions. In a journey of golden dreams as a ship manager, she hopes to build a platform for job opportunities for both male and female cadets and officers at sea and ashore. Over to you, Ishita.
Thank you, and good evening to everyone here. It's very nice to be here today and see amazing women leaders and be part of this journey. I'm Mr. Narkar. So I think would like to wear the hat of a ship manager and talk about my journey as a ship manager and of course a female ship manager in India. I think for me the journey started with my father, who has been a marine engineer and started Confidence Shipping in the 1980s when the shipping industry was going through a major slump. And as a technical superintendent for the Norwegian company, he saw that, why doesn't India have, a more structured crew management system and that can attend to various foreign ship owners. So he came back at the age of 28, started with a single desk and chair with that single thought and idea that we need to bring the Indian nationality seafarers to the globe. And with that trajectory, of course, we're very proud to having signed the first collective bargaining agreement with ITF London in 1984. And he was also one of the founder members and founder directors of FOSMA. FOSMA is also a beacon because it invites the foreign ship owners and ship managers across the globe to, come and employ Indian nationality seafarers, and also is a policy hub for better systems, better training, so on and so forth. Of course, the initiation of the Indian crew management systems today, we are very proud that we're the third largest nationality of seafarers globally, and now bringing women into presence. Confidence Shipping is also honing a lot of women, right from village towns to educate them about this particular industry, because a lot of women, a lot of people generally in India, in my opinion, have yet to know much about the Indian shipping industry. So we need to really do a bigger job, both as male and females, to bring the Indian shipping industry or the diaspora to the globe, and the globe should know about what the 7,500-kilometer coastline of India holds in terms of ports and sizes, and really in terms of strength and size we can do so much. As a ship manager, and this is both for males and females, I think in the world, having studied in the United States and worked in the United Nations, we speak the language of equality, human rights, and fairness and job. So I've never felt like, okay, there's a female as a female ship manager. But anyways, by way of gender, I think given the legacy of Confidence Shipping and having pulled in back in the days historically, we got Anglo-Eastern, K-Line, P&O Bulk, or Bolton, L.A.S, Belgium. I'm talking about the 1980s and the 1990s, which put the Indian nationality on the global map. So it's taking from what my father started. I'm a proud daughter, of course, and I of course also represent FOSMA, And so, of course, it is for us an imperative to make our country shine and our seafarers shine and make a stronger fraternity, well-trained seafarers. So as a ship manager, and where we work primarily on crew management also, we are looking at safety at sea, well-being of our seafarers, both the male and female. I think there's been much discussion about it. Honing our standards, and so we do that through POSMA, we do that through our training centers, and we're very proud to be made in India. And and I feel like the time now has come wherein India can rule, and I'd like to see more Indian leaders wherein we are leading and the world is following also, because we are very strong in our mind and our work ethics. We just need a little more direction and spine, if I may be a little more direct and blunt. Having said that, thank you very much, and it's nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much, Ishita. With this, may I request Shri Shyam Jagannathan ji to please present memento to our esteemed speakers. May I request Shri Golapalli to please come on the stage. And Miss Ishita, if you could, if Miss Ishita is around, kindly come on the stage. Ms. Charishila Golapalli, General Manager Finance, SCI. Ma'am, request to kindly stay like for a group picture as well. Ms. Ishita Chattopadhyay, Managing Director and CEO of Confidence Shipping. We had also invited Ms. Sangeeta Sharma, Director SCI, former Director SCI, and Ms. Kruti Jovan Putra, Director JWC Logistics Corp. But due to certain exigencies, they couldn't make it. But we do feel we need to recognize such ladies, and may I request Ubale sir to please take the memento on behalf of Ms. Sangeeta Sharma. For Ms. Kruti Jovan Putra. And would also request Captain P.K. Tyagi ji, Kalpana Srivastava ma'am to please come on the stage for a group picture. We also request Rai sir to please come on the stage, and Ubale sir. I think so they deserve a big round of applause for this excellent performance. I want to thank Cadets Pravati Kamri, Saloni Kumari, Shubhangi Ade, Achal Shamra, Dakshina Jitesh, Rajalakshmi A, Devika Ji, Swasti Vilava, Rachi Vadoni, Niranjana Sabu, Shri Nanda Ji Kumar, Harleen Kaur, Niharika Sharma, Navneet Kaur, Mrs. Poonam Kesarkar. Thank you so much. We love this. We move forward with the team from Mumbai Port Authority Hospital Medical Team. So over to you, your team, Kalpana ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Happy International Day for the Women in Maritime. We, the women from Medical Department of Mumbai Port Authority, are thankful to the organizers for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this grand event. We will take you to a journey of Indian women till now. This journey is full of inspiring women who have broken the gender barriers and excelled in different fields like politics, sports, arts, so on and so forth. So let's meet few of them. I'll just go down and give space for them to come. भारतीय नौदलाचे जनक छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांच्या पहिल्या गुरु जिजाऊराजे भोसले. स्त्री शिक्षणाचा पाया रचणाऱ्या सावित्रीबाई फुले. पाश्चात्य वैद्यकशास्त्रातील पहिली भारतीय महिला डॉक्टर आनंदीबाई जोशी. I will practice medicine with integrity, humility, honesty and compassion. Mother of Indian shipping, first woman in the world to head the Organization of Ship Owners, Sumati Morarji. Great humanitarian, Mother Teresa. भारताची पहिली महिला पायलट सरला ठकराल. and the only Lady Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi.
और जब तक मेरी सांस है वो सेवा में ही जाएगी, और जब मेरी जान जाएगी तब मैं कह सकती हूँ कि एक एक खून का कतरा जितना मेरा है वो एक एक कतरा एक नए भारत को जीवित करेगा, भारत को मजबूती देगा. जय हिंद.
First woman in Indian administrative services, Annie Ranjan Malhotra. स्वतंत्र भारताच्या पहिल्या महिला राष्ट्रपती श्रीमती प्रतिभा पाटील.
महिलाओं के अत्याचार की बात की जाए तो पुरुषों की ये मानसिकता बदलनी चाहिए. ये इतनी आसान बात नहीं है, इसलिए हमें ये देखना है कि पुरुषों की ऐसी मानसिकता ही न बने.
First woman of Indian origin to fly in the space, Kalpana Chawla. First missile woman of India, Tessie Thomas. Golden Queen of Indian track, P.T. Usha. First motor woman of Indian Railways, Surekha Yadav. First Indian woman to get Olympic gold medal in boxing, Mary Kom. First Olympic medal winner in badminton, Saina Nehwal. First woman to hold the position of chairperson and managing director at Shipping Corporation of India, Mrs.
For this recognition, which I hold very close to my heart, I am glad, and it thrills me no end to believe that I was considered as the champion of diversity.
Chairperson of National Shipping Board and Vice Chancellor of Indian Maritime University, Dr. Malini Shankar. First woman captain in Merchant Navy, Radhika Menon. First woman marine pilot, Reshma Nilokar. आपल्या लाडक्या मुंबई पोर्ट ट्रस्टने नुकतीच 150 वर्ष पूर्ण केलेली आहेत. या 150 वर्षाच्या वैभवशाली इतिहासातील पहिल्या महिला ट्रस्टी श्रीमती कल्पना देसाई. For all these women, this journey was not easy. They had to struggle. But nowadays, with the change in times, ladies are getting help from male counterparts, from the government and from the society. So this journey of women from difficult times to reaching the sky is absolutely thrilling. So we just salute this journey of women from difficult times to reaching the sky. I'll just introduce all of us. Jizabai, Mrs. Shri, Savitribai Phule, Mrs. Kadambari Dora, Anandibai Joshi, Mrs. Maya Dore, Sumati Morarji, Mrs. Lata Pawar, Mother Teresa, Mrs. Surekha Dongre, Sarla Thakral, Mrs. Praveena Shirorkar, Indira Gandhi, Dr. Trupti Tirve, Anna Rajam Malhotra, Mrs. Minal Patekar, Pratibha Patil, Mrs. Shubha Patil, Kalpana Chawla, Mrs. Varali Maravde, Tessie Thomas, Mrs. Sangeeta Krishnan, P.T. Usha, Mrs. Lata Devendra, Surekha Yadav, Mrs. Deepika Kambe, Mary Kom, Mrs. Parvati Nuli, Saina Nehwal, Dr. Jyoti Kare, Arjit K. Joshi, Dr. Darpana Patel, the brain behind this program. Malini Shankar, Mrs. Surpayakar, Radhika Menon, Mrs. Rupali Gayakwad, Reshma Nilokar, Dr. Kirtilata Karusi, Kalpana Desai, Mrs. Leena Sawant, and myself, Dr. Vaishali Deshpande.
This is the entire team of our medical Mumbai Port Authorities hospitals. We are very thankful to the Chief Medical Officer and of course our chairperson Raju Charota ji for giving us this opportunity. And this was surprise that my name was also added. I was not aware. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. You all have done a brilliant job.
Thank you, madam, for giving us this opportunity to come and interact with maritime sector people.
Thank you, Mumbai Port team. Truly a befitting tribute to the torchbearers of India. The leading ladies who have paved the way as depicted in this act will continue to inspire us all. The dedication and contributions of these path breakers serve as a guiding light for the future of women, including women aspirants in the maritime industry. And we are grateful for their enduring legacy. With this, we move forward to a short play on Assertiveness by Anglo-Eastern Academy. The team of Anglo-Eastern Academy.
Medical team. अनिकेत की भाई भी काम करती है सीनियर अफसर
Would request the team whose performance has been done to please be kindly seated. We have a felicitation after this.
A very good evening to one and all present over here. Today, on behalf of Anglo-Eastern Maritime Academy, we are going to present a skit which is basically based on gender diversity. Right now, in this skit, we'll basically show you how a person can react assertively if someone is manipulating him or her. Right now, we are going to start with a skit in which we have Captain Gurjeet Singh and Third Officer Shweta Deshmukh. And right now, she's keeping her evening lookout. Let's see what happened now.
Sweetie, sweetheart, sweetie, Sita, are you not listening to me? Or what? I can't see anyone else except then you and me, right? So what should I call you with?
Sir, feel appropriate you calling by my rank or by my name, sir.
Frankly speaking, Shweta, can I ask you what's your age?
Sir, I'm currently 25 years old.
So I guess maybe I'm 15, 16 years older than you, right?
Yes, sir.
I have a daughter right at my home. So are you thinking that maybe I'm having wrong intentions for you?
No, sir, but I'm not feeling comfortable about it, sir.
So what should I call you? Maybe your aunt or something, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's getting less. Please give me the date. Actually, Ms. Shweta, do you know we have a PSC inspection tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
So maybe after 15-20 minutes we'll also do it, right?
Yes.
So please come and meet me in my cabin. We need to discuss it. Come and meet me in my cabin. We need to discuss about it.
Can you meet in bridge or in the ship's office for that purpose?
Why for in my cabin? Why not?
But I'm not feeling comfortable about it, sir.
are you the only one whom I am training? Let me tell you frankly that I have trained a lot of cadets before them, right? We are from past onwards, we have been training the cadets like this one. No one has felt uncomfortable, but why only you?
Sir, the problem might not be with you, but sir, I'm not feeling comfortable about it.
So, Molester, is that the direction the wind is going, right?
No, sir. Let me just meet and do the work in the bridge or in the ship's office.
Okay. Miss Shweta, third officer, Miss Shweta Deshmukh.
Yes, sir.
Can we meet in the mess room while having the meal? I don't want much time, right?
Can we meet in bridge or in the ship's office?
Okay. So listen, Miss Shweta Deshmukh, third officer. Can we meet in the CCR room? Because I'll be going there. I don't have much time to spend over here, right?
Yes.
So did you see that? How Shweta clearly said, Captain Gurjeet, that she feels uncomfortable when anyone calls her with the names like sweetie or sweetheart. By this, she showed assertiveness technique called self-disclosure. And not only that, in the end, she also didn't refuse to that work. She said they can discuss about this work in the ship's office or in the wheelhouse. And by this, she showed another assertiveness technique called workable compromise.
So in this scene we have Captain Ritika over there, Cadet Ravindra and Observer Gurjeet. Let's see what they are going to present in front of us.
Welcome.
Come in.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's now?
I want to go, sir.
Sure. Do you even know where we are presenting?
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam. Do you even know about this city?
I just know the name.
You know the name? What's the name?
Rotterdam.
Did I ask you? What's the capital of this city then?
I think it is the capital.
Stop it. Can I know, Mr. Gentleman, from where have you bought this shirt?
This one?
No, this one.
Actually, I have not bought it. I borrowed it from second engineer.
Why have you borrowed it?
No, because that person refused to give me a shirt.
Oh, now the case comes to borrowing. You can't buy a shirt for yourself.
I have 3 shirts, but they are too short. Actually, I forgot to check the size before buying them.
Forgot to check the size. And you want me to send this guy a shirt who didn't even know how to buy a shirt for himself? Mr. Gentleman, can I ask you something? For God's sake, have you ever looked your face, your stupid face in the mirror?
Ma'am, they provide very short mirror in credit card. Can I have a look in your mirror?
Hey, stay away from it. It is out of your pay grade. First come to this position. Get it? Listen, can I tell you one thing? You literally look like an idiot.
Ma'am, this is the scarecrow. My friends used to call me scarecrow.
That is better, scarecrow. Can I tell you one thing? Or can I ask you one thing? In your entire family, everyone is like this, and you are the most beautiful person in your entire life.
Ma'am, I think I am the best one.
Perhaps you should be. And have you completed the work which I gave you? Once.
Oh, work. Almost done.
Hey, listen. I don't have this word almost in my dictionary. Then go for your so-called ashore Rotterdam and meet me when you come back from ashore.
Thank you.
Hey, what about this?
Oh, sorry.
So right now, you all have seen that how this chief officer is harshly criticizes the cadet over here based on his looks, and she also tried to include his family into it. But still, the cadet somehow managed to overcome that by adding more to it. This technique is actually known as negative assertion. which you can use to avoid such kind of harsh criticism which you can face by your colleagues or your seniors.
We shall not be aggressive.
We shall be assertive.
Thank you, fellow very well depicted to display how the Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act of India mandates every organization to define their sexual harassment policies, prevention systems, procedures and service rules for all its employees. Thank you, Cadet Shweta Deshmukh, Cadet Ritika Surya, Cadet Gurjeet Singh and Cadet Ravinder Singh. Thank you once again. We move forward to Lehron Ki Rani, Navigating Through Waves, the literal translation. A skit by Chief Engineer Mrs. Jyoti Nayak and Ms. Glenda Silva from Samudra Institute of Maritime Study.
लड़कियों की जगह जहाज में थोड़े हैं, उनकी जगह तो रसोई में। देखना आगे ही कौन से चली जाएगी।
इतना बड़ी आखिर शादी करके छोटा छोटा है।
बदली है जिसने भी, पहले उसको इनकार मिला, अपमानों का हार मिला और दानों का उपहार मिला। और श्वास में अविश्वास करो और लहरों के विपरीत करो। हाथों में विजय मशाल लिए विश्वास पे अपने खड़े रहो, विश्वास पे अपने खड़े रहो, अड़े रहो, अड़े रहो।
Thank you so much. Our last and final act for today, we move towards mayhem at the high seas. Our grandmoms and moms traditionally focused on managing homes and families. As they navigated through unfamiliar maritime territories since the late 1990s, they may encounter various challenging and demanding situations that could lead to stress, like a rough day at sea. In this skit, the human body's overreaction to stress is comically equated with preparing for a physical battle or a tsunami. The dialogue captures the internal conflict and exaggerated responses. The skit aims to educate on stress biology in a light-hearted manner, encouraging the audience to reconsider how they perceive and manage stress. Over to the team.
Good evening, everybody. So this is a typical day at the sea, and this is Bharti, our captain. She is a human specimen, and all of these other people are her organs. So let's dive deep with an MRI scan and see when our human is stressed, what all chatter and banter go on inside the body.
Oh no, there's a storm ahead. Force 8. Additional flashing. Chief, get it up, Chief.
Alert! Massive waves incoming! Massive waves!
Oh my god! Ami to फिर शुरू हो गई. Again so much stress. Oh my god. Alright, no problem. I'm firing up the engines right away. Fire! Power up!
Oh, wow. Oh, good to know that the storm is passing by. No chaos. Aram karo.
Oh my god, come on Ami. Once again, false alarm. This is not just done. It's not just रूह देखा कि rough seas थे खाली. Rough seas और storm में difference नहीं है क्या?
I swear it felt like a tsunami. Every little wave feels like a maritime disaster to me.
Check our batteries. Ship stability, Chief.
Huge waves, huge!
Again? Oh my God. Never mind. Adrenaline. Let's get you on. And cortisol. Come up now.
Oh my God, this cortisol is adrenaline.
It makes me beat faster. I'm beating very fast.
Human, I'm preparing with all the oxygen
And all the vital nutrients to all the parts of the body. Captain, be ready. You are charged up. Go and attack the stressor.
Oi, ja, baby. Heart. I always follow my mind. So let's get down to business now. Liver, I need you to flood the blood with sugar, and sugar need this energy, for the fight or the flight that the heart just spoke of.
Yeah, I'm in the flight and fight mode.
Dance. I'm converting everything into fuel now. Flooding the turbines with power. Hello, medical bay, immunity. I need you to back off for a while and stop using all of our human resources. I'm now shutting all non-essential functions of the human body. Everyone, we need your attention on this.
What?
Without me, the crew could get sick. Listen, without me, there might not be any crew left at all and to get sick. So, survival first. As if always, I'm always getting shut down by this cortisol. वैसे ही ये stress, smoking, drinking, sitting all day on the back, scrolling phone, no sleep. Anyways, my levels are so low down.
Oh gosh, what's going on? This cortisol is trying to suppress me again.
Yeah, you too?
Yeah, me too. Feels like I'm preparing for a battle. Is there a pirate ship? Oh my god, I feel so bloated and super acidic now. Let's be in love, guys, not war. We should be sailing in smooth sea and not preparing for the battle. Thinking of the battle makes my hormones go crazy and with a lot of hot flushes.
I agree with production. No stress. Now, Captain, we should. I'm tired of this cortisol, the stress business. Now let's charge up.
Yeah, everyone. Enough of your chit chat now. And so, because we are on high alert, so just stop your chit chat.
The weather is subsided, and now what do we leave? Relax. I'm relaxed. My blood vessels are constricting.
Ho.
My pressure is
Ho.
I'm good.
Ho.
We really need
Cortisol. Because of you, look at this viscering fat accumulating around all these organs. Oh, they're now calling me fatty liver. Ha. Ho. Mogambo Kushwa. Looks like the threat has passed and no high alert anymore. Crew, stand down. Yes, finally. Shabash, Jawano. Now we all hands on deck. Back to normal, everyone.
This is well achieved. The satellite is going bonkers. Do we really need to keep the engine running this high now? And the blood sugar also so high? I'm so tired.
Oh yes, absolutely. Another storm could hit us any moment. Just doing my job, So you guys, if you didn't have me, then your system would never be stimulated and never respond to any kind of danger. You understand? Okay?
This
Oh, this high blood sugar is making me so inefficient, man.
Really? इसका क्या मतलब है? आप लोग समझ क्यों नहीं रहे हैं कि इससे क्या हो सकता है? So, cortisol is all about आप लोग क्या समझ रहे हैं? मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
See, we are not in the age of wooden ships anymore. There are no sea monsters also chasing us. So why we need all these things? Halabala.
Cortisol. Yeah, again, like, really it's been like this. We've been sailing through stressful storms for thousands of years now. So please समझिए कि हम किस बात के लिए बात कर रहे हैं.
दिल खुश हुआ. Congratulations all of you. We now have diabetes and engine fatigue to deal with.
And also leaky gut and leaky butt too. Don't even think about making babies right now.
Oh my God! Everything is threat. I don't know. It is a virus or a bacteria. सारा system खराब हो गया है. Start eating, hurting my own crew. My God, what a sad state.
Perfect timing for me to sneak in. And look at all that sugar. Just the right conditions for chaos.
Okay. Now before we get it all wrong, and before I have a nervous breakdown now, or maybe I slip into depression, let's understand that it is the perception of the rough seas which leads us to all of this which you've just seen. Right.
Well done, ladies. So, like we see here, the stress. So, stress management is all about how you reframe your thinking. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 stress busting exercises which are absolutely very simple life hacks. We are all going to do, all of us will join us in there. So the first one being smiling. So whether it's a fake smile, the brain doesn't distinguish whether you're smiling real or fake. It releases neuropeptides, which are all the happy hormones, that is the serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and this calms your stress down. So let's start. 1, 2, 3. Smile! Second exercise, very simple.
Smile.
1, 2, 3.
Smile!
Okay. Now the second exercise, very simple. Hold your ears and start massaging them. In the ears, we have all these acupressure points that calm down the brain and release all the stress hormones, stress busting hormones. Let's go. Okay. Third, very, very easy exercise is the humming breath or the bee breath, or as we know it as Brahmani. So what we're going to do is when we hum, the humming overrides all the chatter in the brain and makes the brain calm again. So we're going to do this. We're going to inhale, a long inhale, and then we're going to hum. Fabulous. Now the next one is the best one, which is gratitude. So whenever you are stuck in a stressful situation, like supposing if you're stuck in a traffic jam, so what you're going to do is you're going to be thankful for 5 things. A, I have a car. B, the AC is working. 3, the music is on. 4, I am able-bodied that I can drive the car. 5th, I am not stuck in a war zone country. So try gratitude. Gratitude is absolutely a game changer. What you all just did. Our hands, our palms have all these acupressure points. Again, like the earlobe, is built the parts of the body and again calm the brain down. So what we're going to do is we're going to start clapping and increase the tempo. Request the team to stay back, please. So I'm sure you all experienced through this skit the exact journey of organizing this event, the challenges and triumphs we faced along the way. I would request our special guest, Kalpana Srivastava, to please come on the stage to felicitate this performance. Would also request Shyam, Jagannathan, L.A.S sir, Waterways sir and Pandurang sir to please join for a group picture.
तू क्या कर रहा है इधर? यूट्यूब पे लाइव। अच्छा यूट्यूब लाइव तेरे को ड्यूटी दी है? ये बच्चा ये मुझे वहाँ मिला था बीटी स्टेशन पे, वहाँ खड़े होके सब मैरीटाइम अवेयरनेस का प्रोग्राम कर रहे थे।
The team leader can please come forward and accept the would request the next team from Jagannathan to please come forward on the stage. Team of Jagannathan, Samudra Institute of Maritime Studies, to please come forward. The Assertiveness team, kindly be ready. Lehron ki Rani and the Mumbai Port Authority team. So this is Jagannathan team, Samudra Institute of Maritime Studies. Anglo-Eastern Academy team, please come forward. Thank you team. Thank you once again. The team of Anglo-Eastern Academy for the skit on assertiveness, please come forward. I think we can come forward in the center. The team can. Yes.
सर आपको देखा ना?
बैठा सर आपकी मैडम का पूरा प्रोग्राम देखा था, पूरा देख रहे हैं हम लोग। बढ़िया आगे बैठ।
Request our Lehron ki Ranis to please come on the stage. Our two amazing Lehron ki Ranis.
बीवी के साथ सेकंड दो
Lehron ki Rani team.
Yes, look here. Wait.
Request Mumbai Port Authority team, medical team, for the beautiful play on the salute to the torch bearer women. Mumbai Port Authority team.
Please go ahead, go. ऐसा बनाया है।
जोशी मॅडम आपण पुढे जायचं फॉरवर्ड
Okay, look here, please. Thank you.
Thank you once again. Thank you so much, Kalpana ma'am, and all the dignitaries for doing the honor. Thank you. With this, I request Shri Shyam Jagannathan sir to please stay back and address the gathering.
बोल रहे हैं। हाँ जी बोलिए। इसके गेट के पास यहाँ तो आधा घंटा और लगेगा, कहीं और चला जा चाय पे घुमाने, बोल दो यहाँ तो भी आधा घंटा और लगेगा। ठीक है, धन्यवाद। क्यों?
Namaskar, good evening. Madam Kalpana Srivastava, special guest for this occasion on the International Day for Women in Maritime. Madam and colleagues, CLD, Shipping Corporation of India, Captain Jagannathan, colleagues on the
Relations Committee, Shri, Dr. D.K. Rao, Senior Deputy Director General, all eminent ladies and gentlemen who are present here today. It has indeed been a very inspiring evening. I must be really grateful to the panelists because the insights into what kind of prejudices each one of them has overcome and how, as a lady, they have not just stood shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts, but perhaps excelled. Today is indeed an important day. I had a brief presentation, but I will run through it because I think the wonderful performances that were there, the medical team from Mumbai Port Authority, the cadets who had come from Samudra, from Anglo-Eastern, each of them put across very powerful messages. There was also a very wonderfully curated skit which showed the response of the human body to stress. Being privileged to be incumbent as the Director General of Shipping, I will just run you through how from the administration we accord a lot of importance not just to gender parity but to the entire paradigm of diversity, equity and inclusion. The theme for today, if you look at it very carefully, it says Safe Horizons, Women Shaping the Future of Maritime Safety. My submission here is women and safety are synonymous. As men, we often precipitate things. For instance, when we drive, if you look at women drivers and men drivers, you'll see the number of instances. And how many of you would have seen drunken driving from lady drivers? So that is not saying that that is a case instance, but women always have been more responsible. And in the maritime domain, where safety always has to be first, it is essential that we have more and more of participation in the maritime sector. I'll just run through some of the slides. They were very amply depicted by the Mumbai Port medical team. Breaking the Glass Ceiling. This again is Bhandarkar sir's publication from Samudra Prasadam. It's a beautifully curated coffee table book. I think it needs another rounds of publication. Now I'll come to this concern. The numbers, women participation in the maritime domain is remarkably less. And if you do not have the numbers in the maritime sector, you will not be able to have what is called as leveraging. From the e-governance system, we have registered 13,370 and active seafarers as on the 31st of December 2023 is 4,770. This is against a number of 250,000. So we're talking very nominal numbers, and both in the administration and every stakeholder here needs to work more to push these numbers through. I'll just give you a little bit of analytical insight since I'll be sharing this presentation. This is the percentage split on the engine side, the deck side and the rank wise on terms of the maritime intake for the trainees. The general trend, if you see both in the officers, the ratings, you will see is an increase in numbers. But if you have got to push the numbers beyond the less than 1%, more needs to be done here. This is basically the decadal growth. It shows it from 2013 to 2024. The numbers of new seafarer additions with the Indos identity. 2022 and 2023, you see 2,357, 2,267, which is an exponential jump. 2024, of course, we have not completed, but I believe the numbers are a very positive indication that more and more women are looking for seafaring as a career. These again are course-wise details of the enrollment that has been there, the trend analysis for DNS, for the BSc Nautical and BTech Marine. These basically are what we are doing from the Maritime Training Trust, the amount of scholarships they are doing. And if you look at the figures, 2014, 2015, we were funding something like 22,50,000, that is 1 lakh per woman trainee in the Maritime Training Institute as scholarship. This we have increased in 22-23, and the last slide is not visible. We have taken it to close to 50 lakhs, and then we have driven it to close to 7 crore rupees in a year. And as the ministry has tweeted, this financial year we are looking at targeting double that amount to close to around, making it a cumulative of 14 crore rupees. So the intent and the support from the administration is there. The request is we motivate and encourage and inspire more and more women to look at maritime careers. This is of course the statutory circular that we have issued, but if you go through the circular, it gives you just a very base understanding of gender parity, gender sensitization, and this is where I have come today with a message. We need to work on the policy framework, and that is where all of the participants here need to pitch in. We need your support to fine-tune this document and make sure that we have the right instances. A lot of references were there in the presentations and also in certain references, like a reference was made that when that assertiveness was basically being showcased by the cadets, there was also reference that there should be a comfort level, a comfort space when a person is in his working or her working professional domain. That comes from the policy. This of course are again the trend analysis that it's positive, but I think there is a lot more work that needs to be done. Many more women need to be inspired to come in for careers. This of course is the broad strategy that we are working at, and I'll come to the policy framework quicker. This is about motivating young students and how do we motivate them. Today, the young girls that we saw, the professionals who were there, who have led the way, like the first marine pilot, the first chief engineer, the naval architects that I come across, they are the spearhead. They are the heroines who need to be put on a pedestal because they will inspire generations to come to follow and ensure that they stand shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts. We're talking about streamlining the Maritime Training Institute and syllabuses, making it gender neutral. We're looking at streamlining registration and certificate processes, essentially leveraging technology. Technology ab initio is gender neutral, whether it's a lady running fingers on the keyboard or it's a man. The response is the same. So the more you infuse technology, the more you have a gender neutral infrastructure, which is very essential. We improve recruitment and placement services, fight those prejudices that are there and render them ineffective. Whether it is RPSs, whether it is shipping management companies, or any other, which is a crewing service, you look at more and more women participating. And of course, there has to be a niche for women seafarers and for women crew and women support professionals when it comes to welfare and rights. This of course is the Maritime India vision, and I will not spend much time on this because the slide visibility is slightly impaired. Let me run through these slides and come to the actual part that I wanted to come down to. Now, I wanted to talk about this initiative, Sagar Mein Samman. This was inaugurated in the GMIS 2023 October last. Honor at seas is not just honor, it has got multiple components. And those are 5 separate components for a holistic engagement in the policy and legal framework to allow women to come on board without any hesitation. There should not be a second thought in a father or a mother that whether my daughter can take up seafaring as a career. If a lady cadet or a student opts for a career, say for instance naval architecture or for any seafaring course, the basic prejudice that exists, is it possible that she would be able to? There are very few ladies out here. That needs to be done away with. The Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, led by the Honorable Minister, led by the Honorable Prime Minister, have again and again reiterated, as has been mentioned in the Sustainable Development Goals, gender parity. Half of humanity needs to be given their right, and this is the era when that should be happening. Now, this is what I wanted to speak about. It's a 5-pronged strategy. The first is a policy of zero tolerance. Zero tolerance meaning any instance where there is any sense of discomfort or a sense of not belonging by a lady in her professional workspace, that needs to be removed ab initio from the beginning. So every professional colleague, male or female, needs to ensure that their working colleague does not face any discrimination, any over-assertiveness, or any manner of harassment, let alone any kind of physical abuse, any manner of something that makes you feel hesitant. Zero tolerance, and these already exist in the policy framework of certain nations. Norway, for instance, that is what was mentioned while somebody said, when I was speaking to this Norwegian, I asked, she said the confidence came from basically the laws of the land. And you all need to basically participate to allow us. POSH exists, but POSH doesn't work on ships once they are in international waters. So what kind of zero tolerance policy do you bring in, which is an integral part of the CBA and ensures that when women seafarers are onboarded or in any other domain in the maritime sector, they are provided this umbrella cover. The other is the gender sensitization module. Often at times you are dealing with mindsets and prejudices, and I'm not trying to preach from this pulpit. All I'm trying to say is humbly appeal that we need to work towards this. Gender sensitization so that we get over each and everyone's inner prejudices that still exist, the mindset. We need to nudge a lot of maritime training institutes, create that pull for women in maritime. We need to engage from the administration and also from the entire ecosystem with more and more shipping companies onboarding women seafarers. I'm grateful that FOSMA is represented here. They're basically onboarding 85% of the Indian seafarers. And the dream is to go from 12% to 20% globally. So if you're having one Indian seafarer in every 5 seafarers, might as well have equal number of women, which basically speaks volume about Indian culture, Indian heritage, and the strength of the Indian women. We are working very hard on a technology platform to leverage social media. For instance, the very beautifully curated skits which were done today, I had requested Mr. Rai, put them onto the YouTube, see the number of likes they get. How do you basically use each personality who was depicted here on stage today and build that ecosystem of women being champions? That needs to be worked on. And also to project Maritime as a career which has its own niche and appeal. We need to basically attract talent and then basically ensure they contribute properly. These are a few snaps of what P.S. Rahman has been doing as a progressive institute. All of you doing that effort. Please continue that. These are some of the companies I wanted to highlight, which are basically onboarding women seafarers. And essentially, I mentioned this, there is no limit, basically, as long as you want to accomplish on your own. And this is the last slide, which is the action plan. The action plan, as in we start with the policy documentation, have a strategy documentation, a training engagement, a situational engagement on what's right, what's wrong, and analysis and course correction, which I appeal to all of you. Please help the Maritime Administration course correct in such a way that we are able to ensure a very bright future for our women counterparts. And lastly, I once again extend my congratulations to all the lady participants and to my male colleagues also on this International Women's Day on Maritime. And I'm grateful for this very patient hearing. Sorry if I took some time, but it's just that I feel very passionate about this. That I think the 3 women Director Generals of Shipping have contributed, so that's holding the at least Indian flag high. And it is indeed a privilege to be here amongst you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring words and highlighting all the initiatives that we are taking to increase the share of women in maritime. With this, we would request our special guest, Srimati Kalpana Srivastava, to say a few words to us. Srimati Kalpana Srivastava is the wife of late Shri P.K. Srivastava, Chairman and Managing Director of SCI, and elder daughter of late Sir C.P. Srivastava, Padma Vibhushan, Secretary General of International Maritime Organization, London, and Her Holiness Mataji Shri Devbala Devi Ji. She is the chairperson of Life Eternal Trust Mumbai, the first Sahaj Yoga Trust founded in 1972. She was the chairperson of Prerna, an association formed by women employees and wives of SCI officers for emancipation of the girl child and elderly destitute. Over to you, ma'am.
Shri Jagannathan Ji, Captain Tyagi, all the esteemed guests this evening. I was indeed a bit surprised when I was asked to speak at this function, since I have never ever been in any professional career. But of course I must admit that from the early age of 9, I've been hearing the word shipping in my house and have heard it through my entire life. So maybe that's why I happen to be a part of the shipping fraternity and have met over the years many people connected with this fraternity and have had great respect for the likes of Dr. Nagendra Singh, who was the Director General of Shipping when my father was Senior Deputy Director General of Shipping. And of course, Mrs. Suvati Baraji, who I found was a great lady. And she not only set up a shipping company, but she was also a wonderful housewife, and the dinners in her house in Juhu bear testimony. And I've been fortunate to have been associated with her greatly and have had great affection for her. I can only say that having heard the word shipping and seeing the formation of the Shipping Corporation of India under the guidance of my father, Dr. C.P. Srivastava, and Dr. Nagendra Singh at that, an ICS officer, was a great experience, because at home we used to hear about, well, we're buying these ships, what are we going to name them? And then my mother's contribution was just great. They asked her what, because of her knowledge of Sanskrit and her knowledge of almost, her knowledge far surpassed the knowledge of anyone I know. And she decided that all the tankers should have the prefix Desh and the other ships should have the prefix Vishwa. And so all these ships were named by her, and each one had a meaning to them. And she was a person who had fought in the freedom movement under Gandhiji's direction. She had, helped in taking prisoners who were to be shot out of, from one place to another, transporting them, changing her attire, and she was a wonderful lady. And my father also was a brilliant IAS officer. He topped the list of successful candidates in political science in Lucknow University, and then somehow decided to join the foreign service. But my mother insisted that he should be with the IAS because then he could serve India better. So then he came into the IAS. And of course, he is a legend who has done so much for the industry and has created 2 universities, the World Maritime University, the International Maritime Law Institute, and has been awarded many times over. But I must confess to you that above everything else that I have learned from my mother, my biggest guru has been my husband. He was, he's also a Srivastava from Lucknow University and did a master's in quantum physics at the age of 18 and a half. He couldn't get a job because he was too young for a job. So he was doing a thesis in aviation fuel, and he became the teacher of physics in his university. He then joined the Indian Oil Corporation as a management trainee and stood first among 10,000 candidates. And they had selected 10 people at that time. And when my mother asked me what kind of person I wanted to marry, I said, well, someone who respected women and who could stand on his own feet without expecting anything from anyone else. And above all, a person who would take care of me and not expect anything from anyone at all, and who could look into my father's eyes and speak to him one-to-one. There were very few people who could do that with the kind of personality my father had. So the very first day he came to meet us at home, I heard him say, sir, I beg to disagree with you on this issue. And I think that did the trick. But I must tell you that when I married him, he had only two conditions. He said, I know you're studying architecture at the JJ College and you will want to work. My only request to you would be that if you do take up a professional career, then you would have to devote yourself completely to it. Otherwise, you'll be taking up a job from another girl. And if you can't devote yourself completely because you have a family, you have me, you have other things, then I would like you to work without taking any remuneration. You can do any work you want to do. And so that you are available for the family and for me. And that is all I want to do. And I had heard the word shipping. I see my father very busy, tied up all the time, hardly any time for the family, traveling. And so I told him, and I have also two conditions. One, that you should never ever join a shipping company. And the second was that we should have enough time to see 3 movies a week. And he accepted it immediately. He says, I have nothing to do with shipping. It's going to be oil or something else. But you know how fate is. And as luck would have it, he was suddenly asked to join the petroleum minister in his delegations to Saudi Arabia for the purchase of crude oil. And he says, I was a backroom boy just making some calculations. And while they were purchasing crude oil, they also wanted to ship it to India. So then he was also asked to do a study on the shipping of crude oil to India. And while he was doing this, he was asked to make a paper for the chairman of Indian Oil Corporation to be presented to the vice chairman of the Planning Commission. And the chairman of IOC could not go. And my husband was sent, a very young officer. He read the paper. And the vice chairman told Admiral Nanda, who was the chairman of SCI, says, well, why don't you take this young man into SCI? And because my father had been chairman of SCI, Admiral Nanda knew him. So on the way out, he asked my husband, he said, would you like to join SCI? And he said, never. My wife will leave me if I join SCI. And of course, then Admiral Nanda called up my father and he convinced me that SCI was not such a bad place to be in. So, well, it was, for me it was like from always, I had the surname Srivastava, so S, Srivastava and shipping became pretty much synonymous. And I, of course, was, I must say that my husband respected women greatly. He respected them for the challenges that they face in their day-to-day lives. He respected them for the way they could handle career and the job. And he was in SCI very much instrumental in trying to bring more and more women officers, both into the maritime field as well as in the office. His executive assistant is sitting here, Sumati, and she knows that he was indeed a very, very special person who took care of everyone as their own family. Each person in the company was his family. And he involved me a lot in that. Because you see, he would say that, I don't know anything about food, so can you organize all the entertainment? And can you organize the Hindi day and the Marathi day? So I found that I had a job to do. I was continuously doing a job with him. And he then retired at the age of 60. We went abroad, and I must say that I've been very, very fortunate to have been the daughter of C.P. Srivastava, the wife of A.K. Srivastava. And I must mention my mother, who actually taught me that for a woman, it was very important to imbibe the qualities of Lakshmi. And it's Ashtalakshmi, there are 8 qualities, which are, of course, love, wisdom, discretion, forgiveness, the proper dress code, ethics, and the ability to be able to be a very good host, so that everyone who comes to your house feels honored and privileged. And I think all these 3 teachers of mine have made me what I am. I have never worked, never earned a single rupee, but I have lived a very fulfilled life, and I'm so happy to have had these 3 people in my life. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your presence has added immense value to the celebration of today. May I request Shri Shyam Jagannathan, Directorate General of Shipping, to please felicitate Kalpana ma'am. There is still one felicitation is remained the master of ceremony. I think once again I would like to thank that another court eminent personality is here with us, and since more afternoon we are hearing her, Ambika Singh. She is the marketing manager for the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority. So big round of applause for her. You have done a wonderful job, madam. And I hope after seeing both the performance, DG will definitely invite for the next program also for the Port Authority. Thank you once again. So we have a team who has been behind this significant day and event, and it would not be complete without felicitating them. May I request the committee members of NMDC International Day celebration to please come forward, starting with Ms. Archana Saxena, IWSA. Ms. Kalpana Desai, Board Member of Mumbai Port Authority. Ms. Sindhura Polepalli from DG Shipping. Saleha Sheikh, Head NUI. Bharti Bhandarkar from Bhandarkar Publication. I request to all of you please be on stage. Lakshmi Neti from IRS. Sindhura Polepalli. Lakshmi Neti. And myself privileged to be part of this group. We can have a group photo quickly. All the committee members. Rai sir, it would be complete without you. Please sir. We believe in taking the men along. members of Central Committee to please come on the stage. All the members of the Central Committee to please join for a group picture. Tushar sir, Captain Tushar. Mehra sir, please come forward.
आ जाओ
Thank you so much, Kalpana ma'am, and all the dignitaries. To conclude, I invite Ms. Bharti Bhandarkar to deliver the vote of thanks.
Directorate General of Shipping, Shri Shyam Jagannathan, IAS and Chairman of NMDC Central Committee, Srimati Kalpana Srivastava, our special guest, Captain B.K. Tyagi, Chairman and Managing Director of Shipping Corporation of India Limited, and Vice President of NMDC Central Committee, Shri Atul, Director DNC Shipping Corporation of India and Chairperson of NMDC Organizing Committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude this momentous celebration of the International Day for Women in Maritime, I am honored to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to each one of you for facing us and your presence and support. Today we witness not just an event, but a testament of resilience, dedication, brilliance of women in the maritime industry. Srimati Kalpana Srivastava, ma'am, your presence as a special guest has been truly inspiring, and we thank you for devoting your precious time to join us on this celebration. The industry remains indebted to you for playing an excellent backstage role in employing women in SCI sailing fleet. The industry will remember and cherish the contribution of late Shri C.P. Srivastava, Padma Vibhushan, and late Shri C.K. Srivastava sir for a silent thanks to Shri Shyam Jagannathan sir, DG Shipping. DG sir, we thank you for your unwavering support and dedication, which has been instrumental in making this event a success. Your valuable words of wisdom has truly enlightened us. Special thanks goes to Captain B.K. Tyagi, CMD SCI, and Vice Chairman NMDC Central Committee for your continuous backing and guidance. We also extend our gratitude to Shri Atul sir, Chairman NMDC Organizing Committee, for the invaluable suggestions and belief in us. We express our gratitude to Dr. Pandurang Raut sir, Deputy Director General of Shipping and Member Secretary NMDC Central, who kept guiding us as a silent observer in our enthusiasm to make this event successful. Shri S.M. Rai sir, convener of NMDC function, we are ever grateful for your advice and mentorship. But also increase your awareness of audience in various aspects. We keep hearing these important points like post, mental wellness, etc. But it is our endeavor to increase your awareness and make this top of the mind recall, not through sermon, but through a humorous and a playful manner. And I hope the audience has been really enjoying this show. Our sponsors today, principal supporters, the Shipping Corporation of India, Indian Registry of Shipping, Platinum sponsors, Trident College of Marine Technology, Gold sponsor, Fleet Management Limited, Silver sponsor, Anglo-Eastern, the Maritime Union of India, International Maritime Training Center, Samudra Institute of Maritime Studies, Seafarers Club, JNP, and UT Marine. To all our distinguished guests, sponsors, committee members, your presence and support has made this celebration truly memorable. As we look forward to the future, let us continue to work together to create more inclusive and empowering environment for women in maritime. A special thanks to all the maritime media. Special thanks to our host, the Shipping Corporation of India, NGI, and Ambika Singh, who have both been very lovely and lively hosts. I, Bharti Narkar, on behalf of NMDC Central Committee, thank all of you once again for your trust, belief in this important endeavor. We are hopeful that the forthcoming years of celebration and the turnover of women in maritime will only be bigger and better. Jai Navi.
Thank you so much, Bharti ma'am. Let us now stand up for the national anthem.
Jagannathan Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Ganga Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you once again, all of you, for being such a lovely audience. Please join us for high tea at Sagar Gyan Main Block, NGI. And have a wonderful weekend.